guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Michaela and I'm going to be a part of the Disney College program for fall of 2017. So what is the Disney College program? The Disney College program consists of 3 parts: working, learning, and earning. So working for the Disney College program, you can either be in Orlando, Florida in Walt Disney World Resort, or you can be in Anaheim, California for Walt Disneyland. Both programs are a little different. I don't know much about the one in Disneyland, so most of my vlogs and the things I talk about are going to be about Walt Disney World. Working, you can be anything from custodial to running an attraction like Haunted Mansion, to quick service food and beverage at a restaurant, to even being Cinderella in the castle, or doing meet and greets, or you could be Mickey Mouse in a parade, something fun like that. Pretty much any job you can think of, there is an opportunity to do it. So now we're on to the second part. The second part is living. You can live just outside of Walt Disney World in Disney-provided housing. There are 4 housing complexes: Vista Way, Chatham, Patterson, and the Commons. So I'll probably do an apartment tour later on and a complex tour later when I get there. So look for that video later. So with the housing complexes, there comes Disney buses. So if you do not bring a car to Walt Disney World, you can use their form of transportation to get to and from work, and also to different places like to go grocery shopping, or like to a Walmart, or things, for your apartment for like everyday living. If you don't want to use the Disney housing, you can choose to opt out of it, but then that means you're kind of on your own and you have to have a car or some way to get you to and from work, and then you have to find your own apartment. So for most people, it's just easier to go with Disney housing, and that's what I did. Okay, so now the third part. The third part is earning. Earning not as in money working, but earning as in college credit. Because this is the Disney College program, it is all college students who are participating, and we're taking a semester off of school. So some students, it's not really like you're taking a semester off because you can earn your college credit while at Disney. You actually go to Disney University, which sounds really cool, and I really didn't know that Disney had its own kind of school up until just before I applied for the program, so that was pretty cool to find out. So what Disney University is they have classes anywhere from engineering to art and design. They even have a hospitality course, things that you would need for majors, different majors. And then they also have seminars. Seminars are like fun courses where you learn about the Disney company, or you get to do like backstage tours. One of them is about, I think, sustainability and the environment. So you get to do the backstage tour of the ride Living with the Land in Epcot, where they grow all their foods, like their fruits and vegetables for the restaurants in Epcot to have fresh foods. Now we're moving on to the application process. I'm not going to talk about the full process in detail because I'm going to do that in my next video. There are 3 parts to the application process. There's the general application, there's the web-based interview, and then the phone interview. You don't necessarily get to have all 3 parts of the interview process and the application process because you may get declined right in the first part, just right from the application. It depends on each person and what Disney is looking for. It's hard to know what Disney is looking for all the time because everyone's applications and things that you see online is so different, and yet different people get accepted, and I don't know Disney's exact rhyme or reason, but I will give you my tips and tricks and things that I did in my application and in my phone interview for you guys to use in your own experience if you're going to be applying for the Disney College program. I recorded my entire phone interview, and I know there's plenty of those online, so I'm going to be uploading mine probably later next week. That way you guys can see. And I think it's important to have the most relevant interviews because I remember when I was applying for fall of 2017, I watched so many phone interviews from spring of 2017 because I figured if I watched the most recent ones, I could know the questions that Disney is asking right before mine, and it would make me more prepared for my own interview. So I hope to provide that for you guys now who will be applying for hopefully any future semester and even the upcoming one, because I know applications will come out for spring of 2018 later on at the end of August, so I'm sure you guys will be watching a bunch of videos on phone interviews. So the applications for fall of 2017 came out on January 23rd, and no matter how many videos I watched that said do not apply on the first day, I still did it. I don't know why I did it. I really couldn't tell you. I guess I was just that excited, and I felt like I waited so long to apply, and I just really wanted to. And I felt, too, I was watching the Facebook pages. I joined the fall of 2017 Disney College Program Facebook page, and people were posting that, oh my gosh, applications were out, I've applied, and I'm already getting my web-based interview. And I was like, they're getting theirs, maybe I could get mine. So I applied in the early afternoon, I think, of the day it came out, January 23rd, and about 2 hours later I got put into submission. Submission is basically limbo for Disney applications. It's not, you're not accepted, but you're not declined yet either. A lot of people think it basically is moving towards a decline, but don't believe them, don't give up, because I was in submission and I was not declined. I did move forward. So do not give up hope if you are in submission. Do not listen to the people who say, there's no chance, because there is a chance. And some people say the only way to get out of submission is by going to a character audition and moving all the way to the end. But that isn't true. I did go to a character audition. I can talk about that later too. But I did not get accepted for a character audition, and I didn't make it all the way to the end of my audition, and I still got accepted. So don't believe that. I was pulled out of submission in a really big wave on, I think, February 3rd. It was a Friday. And then right after that, so I got pulled out and I got my web-based interview, which is basically a series of questions where you're rating yourself and your personality and your work ethic. You're rating, I guess, on a scale of 1 to 5, or very like me and very unlike me. I would suggest Disney likes seeing that you know who you are, so say yes, that is very like me or very unlike me. Answer true for yourself, but I mean, we all know kind of what Disney wants, and they want a happy, motivated, people-working person. Okay, so that was my web-based interview. I did that right that night after I got pulled out of submission on February 3rd, and then I passed that. And when you pass that, you find out right after. You get an email saying if you passed or you did not, and if you were declined. So I passed, and I was able to set up my phone interview for the next week. I set up my phone interview for February 10th. It was another Friday, early in the morning. I did mine super early in the morning because I had classes and work later on in the day, and also I feel, in my personal opinion, if I'm waiting all day for something that I'm nervous about or anxious, it's just going to make it worse. I'm just going to keep thinking about it, and I can't focus on anything else. So I wanted it right in the morning, so I got up, got it out of the way, and that was the first thing I did. Sorry. So yeah, I did it right early in the morning. And then, and my interviewer's name was Christy. She was super nice. The phone interview, I thought it went pretty well. I mean, I also didn't really know how, I went back, like I said, I recorded it, so I went back and watched it, and I mean, I felt pretty good about it, but I don't know, maybe I could have done better, I thought. So after that point, that's all you can do. It's just a waiting game, because that's the last step of the interview process and the application process, so you just gotta wait. So I waited and waited and waited, and I checked my phone and my email and my dashboard constantly. And I will say, do not try to do that, because it's exhausting, and it's sad to be watching the Facebook page, seeing so many people get accepted in waves. I think the first waves of acceptances started later in February, maybe the middle or endish of February. And there were some people who interviewed way later than me and were already accepted. And you think why is that? But we don't know. It's Disney, and we don't know what they're thinking, and they're not going to tell us, So don't get discouraged if people before you, who interviewed after you, are getting accepted before you, because you still can get accepted. There's a large window of time where they accept people, and they do it in very large waves, so do not give up hope. So my phone interview, it was February 10th, like I said, and then finally, I just happened to be sitting in my math class, and I think I was looking for an email from a professor. I think I had asked them a question or sent them an email, and I was just scrolling through my email, and then all of a sudden I saw Walt Disney World, not Walt Disney World, Disney College Program, congratulations, and I was like, oh my god, is that actually it? And I opened it up, and it did, and I screamed right in the middle of my math class, and I was sitting next to my best friend and roommate, and she was like, oh my god, what? I said, I just got accepted to the Disney College program. I was so happy. And you find out your role right then and there, what you're accepted for, and I think you're given like, I want to say maybe a week or less to accept or decline it. And when you accept, also good to add is there is like an acceptance fee. It's part of your first 2 weeks, I think, of rent for housing. It also goes towards like, like housing events. So like your graduation, I think there's a dance. They do like food parties and like meet and greets, special meet and greets with characters just for the Disney College program. So that's what it goes towards. And I want to say it was about $350. So do be aware that there is a fee when you do get accepted. So I was accepted for Custodial. So when you first do your application, you rank what you want for preferences for all the different jobs. You can say flat out no to some of them, and sometimes people say don't do that because you're going to get less of a chance of getting into the college program, but I don't think so, because I think Disney wants to know what you want. They want to know that you know what you want, and there are certain things that, yeah, you don't want to do. And like, you don't want to get stuck with a job that you're going to be miserable and have to like self-term or something. You want to do something that you will enjoy doing. And I did put Custodial high. I think I put character performer, and I did go to the audition. I put character attendant, I think like photo pass, child activities, but yeah, I put Custodial because I knew it was a high demand role. And I think you should put one of the high demand roles, at least one of them, pretty high on your list. And I did. I put Custodial because I felt I like being independent. I love movement. I need to be moving. I cannot stand behind a counter or a desk and just, like ringing people up and stuff like that. I need to walk. And I knew that Custodial could provide that for me. And I don't mind cleaning. I don't mind sweeping. And I know you can, you clean bathrooms and stuff too, but I don't mind any of that. So I'm actually super happy about my role, and I'm going to have a lot of guest interaction because I'm going to be walking around the parks of the resorts. I'll find out exactly where I am next week, and I'll let you guys know actually. But I'll be walking around, and I'll get to interact with people and do pin trading, and maybe hopefully get trained in water art, which is where Custodial, they use water and like they draw the characters and like Mickey Mouse on the ground. And I am an art education major, so I love drawing. My focus is going to be painting, so I'd love to paint the characters on the floor and on the ground for guests. I'm really excited about Custodial, and I don't think it's a bad thing. Once I get there and I start working, I can talk a lot more about the role when I know more. I only know a little bit right now from what Disney has said and from watching other vlogs. So that's all I can tell you guys right now. And then if you have any questions about other roles, I can let you guys know, because I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot about most of them. And I do know a lot of things about some of them. So to wrap it up, I want to talk about why am I vlogging. I know that there are tons of people who vlog, and you think, why is another person vlogging? But like I said before, when I was talking about the interviews, I think it's important for people to see the newest things that are going on, because Disney is constantly changing and adding new things, and I'm sure they're always asking new questions in their interviews, trying to mix it up, because they're always moving forward. Like Disney said, keep moving forward. I want viewers to be up to date on what's new with the Disney application process and just like the whole Disney College program in general. And then also, I want to be able to look back on my memories. I've watched so many vlogs, and like I enjoy watching them, and I'm sure that they enjoy looking back and seeing what they did during their Disney College program. And that's what I want to be able to do, and look back and see what I did. And then also, I'm from New Hampshire, and Florida's the total opposite end of the country. So I want my family to see what I'm doing, because they're only going to be able to visit me once. They're not going to come and see me, like maybe once a month or here and there. No, it's only going to be once. And they're going to want to know what I'm doing. Of course, I'm going to call them, but like they'll want to see it and see pictures and videos. So I want these vlogs to be for them too, and to, see what I'm doing and what adventures I go on. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and so you stay along for my journey and adventure. See you soon.